tell you, the thing that was said, anybody who hears from God by somebody, I'm a clinical psychologist by profession. Now I'm being told by somebody who does not have a certificate of psychology or of psychiatry, telling me that just because I say I hear from God, I should go to a psychiatric ward. That is an insult and is blasphemous. Hey, you should get angry. Get angry, man. Why do you just keep quiet when somebody is insulting your faith? The book of Jude tells you, contend earnestly for your faith. Contend earnestly for your faith. Do not just sit down. Other people will not allow you to even begin to criticize what they worship. But Christians are easygoing. No wonder why we are where we are right now. Where unbelievers in our God, they want to regulate us. Just imagine. Just imagine. Just imagine corruption wanting to regulate holiness. Why? What? Who do they think they are? We have been quiet, not because we don't know the lion in us. Don't go too far. They should never go too far. You want to regulate us? You say we don't hear from our God, and you hear from your dead mother. Everyone in South Africa, everyone in this land is allowed to worship whatever they want to worship. You know, those who go and speak to their dead mothers, they are supposed to be protected and promoted by CRL. Those who hear from God, they are supposed to be protected and promoted by CRL.
Funds are not going where they're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Someone is not doing his job. So as people that go to public hospitals, I would like to go to a public hospital and get the same treatment as people that are going to the private hospitals. So that's that. If they're not able to deliver, yet they're living a certain lifestyle, that's pure criminality. Because the funds are going somewhere, and if they're not going where they're supposed to go, where are they going?
Crime fighting,
Yes.
may be your passion, but growing a city is not only going to depend on you fighting crime and corruption successfully.
Yes.
You are going to have to also have ideas about how to grow the city's economy. Ekurhuleni, as I've heard many politicians speak over time, they say it's an aerotropolis because it's near an international hotel, an international airport. There's so many things that can be done with a city like that. Do you have any immediate plans on growing the city's economy?
As Action SA, we have a plan. We have a 10-point plan where we will improve service delivery, where we will eradicate crime, where we will improve the livelihoods and the settlement of people so that people can have proper places to stay, where we will change the state of Ekurhuleni and make it investable. Because we understand that for a city to thrive, it needs investment.
Yeah.
And for a city to get investment, it must be reliable. So building a reliable city, that's one of the strategies that we have as Action SA. And I don't come alone. There's a team that will come and support me. and make sure that we realize all the plans and strategies that we have.
How do you respond to those, including the political analyst who spoke just before you and I started this conversation, who appeared to dismiss you as a celebrity, and that there's nothing that is going to come of this except it's Xolani, the celebrity who used to have a show on TV. He's now become a politician. What comes thereafter? They believe it's probably going to be it's probably going to be a failure on your part. How do you respond to them?
You know, people can predict and assume, but when I grew up, or when I started my professional career, no one thought that I will be on TV, but I made it happen. No one thought I would become an engineer, but I made it happen. I'm getting into a space just like Herman Mashaba did. He didn't have experience, he was a businessman, but he was able to work. So, as a professional, as a businessman, I understand what it means to put in work. And I understand what it means to contribute in other people's lives. I have employees that I pay so that they can support their families. I understand their struggles when they don't have money to come to work.
You obviously very big on crime. Your work speaks for itself.
Yes.
But, I mean, the only problem is not just crime in any
Yes.
metro, any city. I mean,
Yes.
there are other big issues, especially in Ekurhuleni.
Yes.
If you just drive around, you can see it. How will you manage the balance between your passion and love for dealing with crime, but also dealing with someone doesn't have water, or someone's complaining about the noise level, or someone's complaining about their street lights? I mean, these are just small issues, but how will you find that balance?
If you can look at every problem that the metro is facing right now, it's rooted in crime. Corruption is the biggest crime, because that's crime against humans and citizens that deserves the basic needs: water, lights, medication, healthcare, education. Because if that type of crime, corruption, did not exist, the funds that are dedicated or designated for a certain function would do that. The reason why people don't have water, because someone is eating money that has to service water. The reason why people don't get proper health care is because of someone is enriching himself with those funds. Look at the Tembisa hospital crisis. So the people that are affected, it's not the people you see flashing their lifestyles and stuff like that, are the people that are living. I can say it's the lower LSM, if I'm putting it in a proper language. It's the people who have time to vote. It's the people that actually cry to government and say, we want better lives. So crime is the cause of where we are as a country and where we are as a city of Ekurhuleni. So the passion that I have to fight crime, it's not only the A crimes where someone has a gun, a knife, selling drugs, and it's not only that. But there's white-collar crime that is happening, that is controlled by drug syndicate. I'm sure we've seen in the Madlanga Commission that certain things are being unveiled.
And Ekurhuleni is
It's
center.
there, 100%. So what we need right now is a tool that will work to service the people. Because you can't call yourself a leader and you're selfish, you're looking after your own interests. While there are people who are crying, there are children that are dying because they don't get proper health care. There are old people that are pensioners that cannot access hospitals and clinics. But they have to spend their pension money to buy medication that could be provided by government.
But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, kill the white farmers, kill the white farmers. And then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's kill the white farmers. I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying, kill a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa, and that's not a small party. That was a stadium that holds 100,000 people, and I hardly saw an empty seat. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of...
A few moments later.
The following findings are made. You may stand up, accused 1 and 2. Accused 1, in respect of counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you are found guilty as charged. Accused 2, Mr. Snyman, in respect of counts 4 and 6, you are found not guilty and discharged. You may be seated.
Honorable Chair members, what the SC is asking me about what Mr. Nkabinde told me about how we got to know the Minister of Police, Mr. Senzo Mchunu. Of course, it's something I'm going to present here, which I still need to establish myself the facts of what he had told me, which I have not finalized it yet. I'm still part of establishing the facts. But the fact is, he and Mr. McBride had flown, they took a flight from Gauteng, and they landed in Durban, and they traveled from Durban to Mpangeni at the minister's residence. And they went to meet the minister to go and tell him about the criminal investigation that the two of them were busy with at IPID. And it will appear that at the time that the minister might have been implicated on that case. But the two of them had somehow have some working arrangement with the minister. That's what brought the three of them close to each other. That's how the relationship came about. Well, I didn't believe much of what he told me. He mentioned that, and of course I asked, I said, but what type of a case, what is this that you were busy with? And he said there was a death of someone in KZN, and the minister at the time was accused to have interfered with the destruction of an evidence, a crucial evidence that was there. And that led into, because there was a police officers, bodyguards that were involved, that were working with the minister at that time when he was a premier. That led into the involvement of IPID, because IPID will ordinarily investigate cases that involve police. So that's how IPID came involved in that case, because there was a complaint of the police involvement on the wrong. So in their investigation, it led into some degree an act that the premier at the time have done wrong. That what made them to be close to each other. But as to the reason why they never arrested the premier at the time, I don't have the details of it. As I say, it's part of the things that I'm still making inquiries on, because he had not given me the case number at the time when he was telling me that. He just mentioned that that's how they got to know each other. The relationship started from there. To my surprise is that there is a one former chief of staff of the police, of the Minister of Police at the time, who also confirmed the same thing to me recently, not a few weeks ago. He said that Mr. Nkabinde shared the same thing with him. So that made me realize it means the relationship between him and the minister was formed out of an investigation that Nkabinde was doing. That's how they got to know each other. Because at the time, Nkabinde was not a politician, although of late I see him wearing political party t-shirts, but he was not a politician at the time.
Get ready.
Dr. Jones, welcome to Dr.